And you had the argument over what these various words mean. So Young Thug's lawyer said that thug stands for truly humble under God. Now, yes, people have lots of acronyms, like Thug Life. Tupac says, the hate you give infants.
The hate you give
fucks everyone, blah, blah, blah,
fucks
right?
everybody.
Now, I think most people are smart enough to know that certain words are acronyms, but there's certain words that you make acronyms after the fact for.
Right. A backronym. Yeah.
A what?
A backronym.
Backronym. Okay, I didn't know there was a word for that. So these are, from my, just intelligent standpoint, these look like backronyms. So does he say that in some of his songs, truly humble under God? I'm sure he does. But the first thing you hear when you hear Young Thug is like, okay, he's saying he's a thug, like how Tupac popularized the word and Trick Daddy, popularized the word and so forth.
I think Brian Steele is doing his job.
Yeah.
Like the whole, doubt. Find a way, give somebody a reason to doubt. I don't actually think anybody's going to believe that. I don't think that jury that lives in Fulton County, 9 black men and women on that jury are going to hear that and go, that's plausible. I think that makes sense. Surely this is an upstanding citizen who should, come on.
Right.
But they also don't care. This is about item 935 on the list of things anybody should give a damn about.
Yeah.
And they know that.
Well, right. YSL Tick, when he was on the stand, when they asked him what slime meant, he said, slug, love, I, me, everything. I'm sorry.
The net thing here is you're listening to this you all sound ridiculous. If you're just sitting there as a juror, you're a 65-year-old grandmother that stopped listening to rap when the Beastie Boys left, MCA died, something. You're listening to this and you're like, I don't know if I believe you. I also don't care. Did you shoot someone?
Okay. So the trial's underway and there's cameras all in the courtroom. And then on November 30th of 2023, I guess one of the cameras kind of pans to the jury real quick. And before you know it, the internet detectives literally started naming all the jurors by name and started posting their pictures and social media accounts and so forth. Now, the judge asked the media not to record, but at that point, the damage has already been done.
I'm going to be fucking pissed off at No Jumper forever over that shit. And they were like, oh, well, I got it. It was legal. And I'm like, so I had to drop 2 house payments on legal fees in order to get me and my crew and other journalists back into that courtroom. So that summer, there had been some blogger had reported or photographed something from that courtroom that they weren't supposed to. And the judge arbitrarily, in the middle of all the cracking down about other stuff, barred everybody except one camera guy from Channel 5 and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution's reporter from the room.
Huh.
The AJC did not have a pool agreement, which is to say, I couldn't use their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just in another room. And I'm like, this is a violation of the First Amendment. This is an open courtroom. I have an obligation to be in there because my readers are expecting me to speak authoritatively about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hire a First Amendment lawyer and I end up getting a bunch of other people in and we have a whole big argument and the judge is like, oh, I agree. I don't know which one of you is screwing up, but I can't punish you all. Here's a new set of rules. Please follow them. And then a month later, not even, No Jumper, who isn't in the courtroom,
No.
takes that mistake and amplifies it. And I fucking we need to be able to get into courtrooms. The alternative is judgment in secret.
Okay. Well, could this potentially cause a mistrial? Or has that boat, sailed at this point? could it retroactively, after the conviction, if there is a conviction, of course,
So
could they say, oh no, it was a mistrial?
you're asking the right question. So as I'm speaking to attorneys, either both on the case and watching it, they've all been sort of counting up all of the reasons why an appellate court will kick this back. Like, it is possible that the judge could have called a mistrial for that. Didn't have to. The judge could have ordered a sequestration where all the jurors were no longer permitted to go home. They'd be
in a hotel somewhere.
in a hotel somewhere for the remainder of the trial, which would last.
Would have been crazy.
Would have been crazy.
Yeah.
So he's left with mistrial or go on. And after 11 months of jury selection, he's got to go on and roll the dice and take his chances with what the appeals court is. But the thing is, like, that is pervasive through all of the other sort of crazy things that have happened as this case has gone on. So we're all just sort of waiting to see what issue the appeals court says, if there's a conviction, rules that conviction invalid.